Hey, greetings everybody. This is Wesley Pepper here. This is the Lexcia podcast, and this is episode 90. As you guys can see, I'm flying solo today. Reason is there's a bunch of reasons for that. The first reason is, well, firstly, Siza is she's lecturing today. I'm recording this thing actually quite early, or early for me in the morning. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. Also, why we don't have a guest today. Yo, guys, if you guys are based in South Africa, you'll know that the past 2 weeks has been a complete nightmare. The government's rolling this load shedding bullshit that the government has subjected us to is killing remote working, and it has absolutely wreaked havoc in our scheduling. That's on both the podcasting and with my company, with Gallery 360 Africa. It's been really very, very tricky to get hold of everybody when we all have power and all of these things. It's just been a really challenging and unnecessary thing this past few weeks, man. And yeah, last week we had two guests lined up, and the load shedding both came, and and it was really tricky to reschedule because everybody these days are stressed out and have to do multiple things and have to be all over the show. Yeah, it's just really terrible. So what we decided to do was to put out this video and try something a bit more experimental. But before I get to that, also, like as much as things has been challenging over the past few months, the Lexcia podcast has been growing, and has been growing at a pretty impressive rate, at least for now. So before I tell you guys about that, firstly, thanks to all of my new and returning listeners. It's like I know everybody personally. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the love we're getting on YouTube. On our channel, the comment section. Yeah, there's a few of you guys who's commenting regularly, and it's just much appreciated. Let me just before I mention where the podcast is and what we're gonna do. Excuse me. Last week's episode, Kanilwe Mukina, was dope. My sister, thank you for coming through. Like, I really out of the 80 or so podcast recordings I thoroughly enjoy speaking to her, just because her viewpoints on a gallery, on being represented by a gallery, that resonates with me, and also a bunch of other things. Like I think out of most of the artists that we had on this platform, she's one of the few visual artists who really understands the power of the digital world that we're living in, and who really, and like how she monetized both Instagram and other social media platforms, and how she's and I've just found it incredibly inspiring, to be fair. Also, I found it, sometimes you just want to hear stories like that, man. I just want to hear stories like that, and I actually feel quite privileged that I had a chance not just to talk about it, but to share it with the rest of you guys as well. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please check out episode 89. It's on all our platforms. So it is on Captivate. The audio broadcasts on Captivate, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and now Patreon. Yeah, we're on Patreon. So if you guys wanna help us, man, if you guys wanna help us financially, particularly if you guys wanna support what the Lexcia podcast is doing, what Wesley Pepper is doing, what Siza and Nkosi is doing, please hit us up on Patreon. We are there. If you don't know what it is, I suggest you please check it out. I don't really want to explain what Patreon is because they're not paying me to do it. But we can monetize our hit counter with that. So please, guys, check that out. As I said, as I mentioned a bit early on, we have been growing, and it's been pretty good. But also not just growing, but also in terms of our of the team. We have an intern working with us now, and she's going to be We're still testing one or two things with her, seeing how, seeing how we're gonna work. She's an entrepreneur, and she's a pretty smart and pretty feisty young lady, man. So she's gonna be doing a bunch. Gamu, sorry, that's her name, is going to be doing most of our social media marketing. We're going to be setting up a TikTok page. She's going to be managing like the Instagram page and all the video-based platforms, and the Facebook page as well. So she's going to be doing a bit more of that. We will be introducing it to you guys on a sort of not a formal basis, but like on a on this platform. I think probably with one of our guests that we're going to have in the not too distant future. We're definitely going to sneak that one in. Because just to show our face and to show how the family is growing and who's working with and how and this and that. So yeah, thanks a lot, Kamo, for coming through, and also just for wanting to be part of this team. Very much appreciated. Because if you guys remember, like in 2020, I started this completely on my own. I just using my phone, and Candace was producing it for me. Now there's a team, and there's regular listeners coming in, and we're having some really fantastic guests. I mean, if you guys check out the page, you'll see some pretty cool people and some pretty cool stuff. So that's been really exciting, man. Also, just moving forward, like we actually got a pretty cool. I'm not too sure because of the loadshedding thing. Scheduling has been a nightmare, but one of the guests that we do have planned, and one of the gigs that is cast in stone is coming up, is the WOMAD Music Festival. That will be taking place beginning of next month, which is or late. I think it's starting from next week, actually, the end of September, beginning of October, and we're going to be trying to cover some of the gigs based in Soweto and hopefully Parktown as well. But I'll be tweeting and blogging about that on all our pages. So look out for that. And we'll be talking to the not the owner, but not the leader, but the grootman of the event, Mr. Dan Shioboli. I hope I pronounced that correctly, my brother. I spoke to him yesterday. He sounded like a lot of fun. So definitely looking forward to that. We're actually recording him over the weekend, so that episode should come out next week. And then we should have a representative at one of the shows. That's in 2 weeks' time, so that's going to be really cool. So look forward to that. Also, Siza's book Malume's Bones. They're also in the final process of editing. So look forward to that too. I'm actually quite excited for. So look forward to that one too. Yeah, man. I wanted to do this episode. I didn't want to just complain about load sharing, but I also wanted to, we talk a lot to entrepreneurs on this platform, and I'm one myself. So if there's any entrepreneur out there who wants to just talk about the how are they dealing with all of these with this pathetic government that we're having, and what are the solutions we have? Because on this platform, as you guys know, we don't just want to complain. We are very much solution driven. And we are definitely looking to build networks as opposed to break networks down. And you guys know, with all the past 89 episodes, I'm really passionate about how artists in South Africa are working, artists and entrepreneurs, are they working, are they conceptualizing, and just giving them a platform where they can be celebrated, and where their processes, where you guys have access to all of that. That's really, really important. So I mean, I'm gonna make this like some of the semi-formal thing. So if there's any entrepreneurs listening to this and guys want to talk about that, please hit me up. We do have a email address which I don't give out too often. Sorry about that, but it is theartlexia.podcast@gmail.com. That is theartlexia.podcast@gmail.com. Yeah, Kamo will be overseeing that. So if you email there, you must probably be speaking to her. Yeah, man, guys, like that's pretty much it. I didn't want to talk too long. I don't want to get into too much. I didn't want to get into too much details about this and that, because I keep saying the scheduling has been has been a tad problematic. And also on my side, there's a bit of a family emergency which actually happened this morning. Yeah, that just messed up everything on my side too, because now I'm thrown all over. Yeah, one of my family members passed away. Yeah, tough one. But yeah, so I'm not too sure where I'll be next week, but I'll be keeping you guys up to speed with that as well. Hopefully, shit, man, I don't know. Since 2020, I know that like it's very very difficult to forecast a week in advance these days, because there's just tragedy around every corner. Um, yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, man, just much love to all the new and returning listeners. It's highly appreciated. Thanks to Kamo, the new intern. And yeah, man, also it's kind of lonely without Siza today. You know, we always have a lot of fun together. And we actually invited to do this gig in Eswatini in a few weeks' time. The details around that's still a bit sketchy, but even when we have final dates and all of that, I'll definitely let you guys know, because we want to do some cool things outside as well. So yeah, man, that's what it's like being South African, man. The government, oh God. So yeah, I think it's actually best, like in closing, like guys, we are on Patreon. We do need solar powered batteries. We need better hardware, because this train is moving, and it is rolling. And I'm not the type of dude that's gonna sit and complain about the government's misgivings the whole day. I'd much rather want to work around it and work around it, because we are a Pan-Africanist, and we are proudly Pan-Africanist. And being critical of the government doesn't mean that we're anti-black. It just means we're critical of this bullshit as government. But anyway, guys, yeah, man. Just in closing, one of the experimental things we're doing this week is that we are taking, we asked Kamo to take episode 89, which is Cornelius' episode, and chop it up, and we're gonna be putting that on all the other video-based apps. So look forward to that. I'll hopefully be posting that along with this video. I'll be publishing hopefully all of that along with this video on Friday, which is tomorrow, which is the 23rd of September, because I'm recording this on the 22nd of September. I actually did a recording early on, but I didn't like it. I thought I needed to reshoot it. Yeah, so we're going to be posting all of that, and we're going to hopefully looking to do more of these shorter videos on all these other platforms, so we can up our listenership and get all of a younger audience as well, because the audience, according to the stats, you guys are all my age. So that's cool. I don't have a problem with that, but yeah, we do wanna open it up, and we would love to have more people viewing and listening, and so on and so on. So yeah, guys, I think that's it from me for today. Look forward to episodes episode 91 and 92 is going to be really cool. I was talking to Flo the other day. I'm hoping to get him back on, and he's an absolute legend. So there's going to be, look forward to some really cool stuff coming up, guys. And remember, you can catch me, you can get hold of me on all my on all the platforms. It's Wesley Pepper. The Art Lexcia podcast is now only still just on YouTube and on Facebook. So the Facebook page is there. So it's the Art Lexcia. Lexcia is Lexcia, and podcast. Remember, you can get hold of us on the artlexia.podcast@gmail.com, and if you can't get hold of that, just find Wesley Pepper. You'll see my face on all the other platforms, and I will get hold of you. I'll get hold of you, and I will speak to you through those platforms. So yeah, guys, that covers it for me for this week. Thanks a lot, man, and many thanks, man, and thanks for coming through, and thanks for all the likes and the lessons and everything. And as usual, I will catch you guys next week. Salute.